they're poisoning us again. Let's talk about it. So what if I told you every day that your food is being poisoned, you are being poisoned, the soil's being poisoned, the water, the atmosphere, everything is being poisoned, but it's not what you think. It's not the typical agenda that we hear. And what if I told you that this poison was so significant that it could reduce photosynthesis in plants by up to 40%? Okay? This is a serious thing that could affect our food supply, affect our health, affect our whole environment for generations, and I haven't really seen much talk about it. So what are we talking about exactly? Well, multiple states have been seeding clouds. You heard that right. Seeding clouds, cloud seeding, geoengineering the weather to make it rain more. Here's a headline: Make it rain. U.S. states embrace cloud seeding to try to conquer drought. It said cloud seeding involves adding small particles of silver iodide to clouds to spur rainfall. But will it work? Remember that chemical, silver iodine. Let's hit one more headline and then we'll get into exactly what that is. Here's another one. 8 states are seeding clouds to overcome mega drought. But there's little evidence to show that the process is increasing precipitation. And this is from Scientific America. So these are real things that are happening right now. You've probably seen it in your skies before. This isn't made up. This isn't some kooky conspiracy. This is a real government program, and it's called geoengineering. And the chemical that they use is called silver iodine. And this chemical is extremely toxic. It's a heavy metal, and it's extremely toxic to the environment. Remember how I said that a potential chemical that could lower photosynthesis by 40%? Which, think about the effect that would have on our agriculture and on our food supply and just the environment in general, plant growth in general, oxygen production, wildlife, foraging. Think of all the effects that this would have on it. And that's exactly what this silver iodine could be doing to our soils and to our environment. So this is a study from PubMed.gov. It's from the NIH National Library of Medicine, and it says potential risk of acute toxicity induced by AGI, which is silver iodide, cloud seeding on soil and freshwater biota. Study goes on to say exposure to AGI, silver iodine, at the reference value used in monitoring environmental impact induced a significant decrease in photosynthetic activity that is primarily associated with respiration, an 80% inhibition in respiration, and to a lesser extent, a net photosynthesis 40% inhibition in both strains of phytoplankton, and a moderate decrease in soil bacteria viability. So I know that's a lot, that's a mouthful, but let me break that down for you. Net photosynthesis had a 40% inhibition and an 80% reduction in respiration. And if you don't know how important soil biology is, microbiology is to the soil and to the ocean, it is critical. Plankton create the whole basis of the ecosystem in the ocean. That's what tons of fish eat. Whales even eat plankton. That's what they're talking about here. Phytoplankton is being decreased. And also microbiology in the soil is also critical to breaking down organic matter, to create organic matter in the soil and to break down the nutrients. It's the same bacteria that's in your gut that breaks down your food into nutrients for your body. So think of the soil as almost like a stomach for the plants. The soil digests the organic matter, the leaves, the wood, the logs, the poop, all this stuff digests it. The bacteria in the soil digest it for the plants. So if we're seeing a 40% reduction in photosynthesis and 80% reduction in respiration from these microbacteria, this is a huge red flag and a huge problem and could cause catastrophic effects on our agriculture. And not to mention that silver is a toxic metal for your body. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen the silver guy before, But here he is. He passed away. Internet sensation Papa Smurf dies. He was literally nicknamed Papa Smurf because he had silver poisoning. His body turned blue, his skin turned blue, and he died, I believe, of liver failure or heart failure or something. And not to mention the psychological effects that heavy metals have on your brain and your gut and everything else. So we're being doused with these heavy metals constantly. Here's another study really quick, and then we'll get into Bill Gates' chemical cloud that he wants to spray over us as well. Here's another study from the 1970s. From 1970, they knew this was happening. Ecological effects of silver iodine and other weather modification agents. So they've been doing this since the 70s, guys. This isn't new. This isn't cutting edge. This is what's happening. And it starts out, the silver ion is among the most toxic heavy metal ions, particularly to microorganisms and to fish. And why is that? Well, silver is a known antibacterial. It's a known disinfectant. It literally penetrates the membranes of cells and destroys them. Okay, that's why they tell you to gargle some silver if you have a sore throat or something. I'm not recommending that. I'm not a doctor. I've just seen people say that before. You know, gargle some silver if you have a sore throat, or you can put silver on wounds, things like that. Okay, it's very similar to iodine as well. What does iodine do too? Iodine is also an antiviral and an antibacterial. And these microorganisms in the soil are bacteria. And we're also just being sprayed with disinfectant all the time. Think about it. This is essentially a disinfectant. Silver's a disinfectant, and iodine is also a disinfectant. And we're just being sprayed with it constantly. Okay, and it's entering our water table, everything. And this is not to mention Bill Gates' chemical cloud, which he calls solar geoengineering, where he wants to block out the sun to make it colder on the earth. He wants to essentially simulate like a volcanic eruption, like volcanic ash, and spray it into the sky to block out the sun. If that doesn't sound dystopian to you, I don't know what does. That sounds like some alien stuff. I don't believe in aliens, but this sounds like what aliens would do. They would want to target carbon. All carbon life forms are bad. They would block out the sun. They would spray toxic heavy metals that inhibit our microbacteria and destroy our soil and make us dumber. Okay? This is exactly what an alien takeover would do. And I'm not saying these people are aliens. I'm not saying I don't even believe in aliens, but they are acting like freaking aliens, like foreign invaders from a different planet. Do they not understand they live on the same planet as us? This is what I don't get. Do they think they're gonna just go live in space like Elysium or something? How do they think they're going to get away with destroying the environment and the atmosphere and poisoning us like this? And not to mention, Bill Gates is the biggest farm owner in America too. You know, that should be a red flag too. So he's spraying things in the sky that kill the soil bacteria to grow plants and inhibiting photosynthesis, but he's also the largest farm owner in America. Doesn't add up. Something stinks here to high heaven. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a real problem? I think we are getting poisoned. We could end up like this blue guy, okay? And maybe we won't, but think about all the animals that are getting poisoned too, okay? How this is affecting our ecosystem. We've seen the frogs before. I'm sure you've heard of that before, the gay frogs. It's real, guys. It's called atrazine. It's a pesticide that affects your hormones. Why couldn't this affect our hormones, affect the animal, affect the ecosystem, affect everything? So get outside now, enjoy life now, enjoy the mountains now, enjoy the trees, enjoy the rivers, enjoy the streams, enjoy the sunset, enjoy the birds now before these people destroy it, because they act like they're the environmentalists and they care so much about the environment and they love it so much, but they're spraying toxic chemicals that they've known since the 70s what it does. So let me know what you think. This feels like a program. How are they spraying the skies all day long and getting away with it, guys? How are they doing this? Who's green lighting this. The FAA knows every plane that's flying. You can't even fly your drone without an FAA. But these planes are not on radar. You can check it out. Flight Radar 24. Go to that website, flightradar24.com. You can see every plane radar. You can see police radar, military radar. They all have their radar. But these cloud seeding planes do not have a radar. So that's also very interesting too. Who is authorizing this program? So let me know what you think. Hit the comments down below. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have been blessing me every freaking video. You guys have just been bam, blessings. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Seriously. Love you guys. Super blessing to have you guys watch. I hope you guys are blessed. I know you will. I know good things are coming your way. And thank you guys. Have a blessed day.